Hello everyone, I am Bhargavi, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Information Technology, BVRIT, Narsapur. So today I would like to present a lecture on error and exception in Python programming language. So here, before going to know about what is the exception, first we need to know about a basic idea about what is an error. So error is an action which is incorrect or inaccurate. So due to this, it fails to execute a program. So it stops the flow of execution of a program. Here is the common errors in Python programming. That is the compile time errors, logical errors, runtime errors. So first we'll see what is compile time errors. So compile time errors, these are nothing but these are syntactical errors. So for example, if we forgot to mention any colon in if statement, if condition, for loop, while loop when defining a function, in Python the colon is very important to follow the indentation. If we miss that colon, these are comes under a syntactical errors. So these syntactical errors fails to compile the next flow of execution. So for example, in this program, so here there is a sample program to understand the compile time error. See here x equals to 1. If x equals to 1, here is checking the condition whether x is equals to 1 or not. Whenever you are writing a condition like if statement, we should keep colon in Python programming language. Here this is a colon is missing. So if I run this program, here it shows that it's a syntactic error and it is expecting a colon after the if statement. At the end of if, it is expecting a colon. These are comes under a syntactical errors, that is a compile time error. These errors will show at a Python compiler at compile time itself. So next, see the indentation error. So indentation error is nothing but generally Python treats every statement in form of a block. This block, Python interpreter to understand those blocks, it follows the indentation. So by default, indentation will take 4 spaces. So here in this example, see print of welcome to PyNative. The next print statement has been written after giving some space, which is not required. Unnecessary spaces will generate an error in Python programming language. So here in the second statement, this space is not required. Due to this, it throws an indentation error. Here unexpected indentation is there. So these all comes under the compile time error. Indentation errors as well as when we miss any syntactic errors also comes under the compile time errors. So now see what is runtime errors. So generally runtime errors are not handled by the Python compiler. These are handled by the Python virtual machine at runtime. For example, what type of errors comes under the runtime error is something like which we are insufficient to store something. For example, I am storing an element which is out of bound index to that list. So in such cases, it throws a runtime error. These are comes under the runtime errors. Let's see an example. What is the runtime errors? See, here is a simple program to demonstrate the runtime errors. In animal, there is a list. This is a list. A list contains elements like dog, cat, horse, donkey. So this list index starts from 0. So now I have 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0 is dog, 1 is cat, 2 is horse, 3 is donkey. So here what I am trying, trying to print of animal of 4. So which is not there in that list itself. So in such cases, it throws an error, that is a list index out of range error. These are called as comes under a runtime errors. So here I am trying to access the element animal of 4 which is not there in that list. So these are comes under the runtime errors. So logical errors. So generally what is the logical errors? So these logical errors, there will be a fault in logic of the program. Whenever a programmer trying to design a code, so he may miss a wrong calculation. If a programmer has written a wrong formula which leads to a incorrect results. So manually by seeing that result, we came to know this is a wrong result because of a formula whatever we have been written inside a program. See here, this is a basic example for logical errors. So here a programmer wants to calculate the incremented salary of an employee. But whatever the program I am showing, that will result a wrong result because of the wrong formula usage in the program. See here, this is a program to increment the salary of an employee by 15%. So here first I have just declared a function of increment and I have passed an argument of salary, and this is a formula which have been calculated for the 15% increment, and I am returning a statement, I am returning a variable salary. This is a calling function. I am calling the function increment by passing the argument 5000. So this 5000 has been passed to a variable sal is equals to 5000 right now. It will perform those operation. So now it is displaying a 750, but actually this is an incorrect result because here it is not adding the value, it is just incrementing the value, it is not adding the value to a original result. Here is the problem. So actual formula is salary is equals to sal plus sal into 15 by 100. Then only it will produce a correct result. Here in the existing example, it is not added with the original salary, so that it is giving incorrect result. Here the problem is the logic, whatever has been designed by the programmer. So these comes under the logical errors. Generally, compile time errors and logical errors can be eliminated by a programmer. But runtime errors need to handle by the programmer in order to make a smooth execution flow. So runtime errors can be handled by a programmer is called exception. So the mechanism used to handle these exceptions is called exception handling mechanism. See, let's see what is an exception. So what kind of errors comes under the exception? So exception is nothing but a runtime error that can be handled by the programmer. So here is a simple program, simple example for exception is zero division error exception. Here in this example, for marks have assigned a value like 10,000 and I am performing division operation on 10,000. If any number is divisible by 0, divided by 0, it throws error. That error is zero division error exception. So these are the exceptions which will be shown at runtime. See, this is the exception hierarchy. So these are the basic and commonly occurred inbuilt exceptions in the Python programming languages or any other programming languages. This is the exception hierarchy. There will be a base exception. Under this, a exception is there. So attribute error, arithmetic error, end of file error, name error, lookup error, stop interaction, OS error, type error, value error. Again, OS error is something divided into two: file exist error, permission error, and lookup error. Again, it have two different exceptions: index error and key error. Again, an arithmetic expression, there will be another divided into three divisions: floating point error, overflow error, and zero division error. This is the exception hierarchy. This is the exception hierarchy. These are the commonly occurred exceptions in a program. So there are built-in exceptions in Python programming languages. What are those built-in exceptions in Python programming language? Let's see in detail, like index error. Index error is something like when you give a wrong index to access an element, it throws index error. Assertion error. It occurs when the assert statement fails. Attribute error. If you try to assign attribute a value, that attribute assignment is failed, then it occurs attribute error. Import error. If you try to import any module into your program, if that import, whatever the module you are using, if that module is not found, then it shows an import error. A key error. It occurs when the key of a dictionary is not found. So I am trying to access a value from the dictionary with the help of key only. So if whatever the key I am mentioning, if the key is not there in the dictionary, then it throws a key error. And name error. So name error is something like if you are using a variable which is not being defined in the program, those are comes under the name error. Memory error, when it occurs when the program is out of memory. Type error, when you are performing any operation among operands, and there is a mismatch among the operands when you are trying to perform operation among a list and int. Such type of errors comes under the type error. Incorrect data type, in between incorrect data type, if you are performing any operation, those are comes under the type error. So let's see in detail about inbuilt exceptions in a Python programming language. So first and foremost, the attribute error. What is an attribute error? The error is raised when you call an attribute that a particular object or a data type it does not support. For example, here in this what I have taken is I am trying to use and I am trying to call a key method on a list. Generally, key method is used for the dictionaries in Python programming language. But here I am trying to use a key method on a list. So that's the reason it raised the attribute error. Why? Because the key method is not applicable for the list. It is applicable only for the dictionaries. So this kind of errors comes under the attribute errors. So next one is a name error. So name error is raised when a wrong variable name is called. Here in this example, see a equals to 20, b equals to 20. Here I am performing addition of a plus c. Say here the c is not at all defined in the program. Here I am calling a variable which has been not there in the, which has not been used in the program. So such type of errors are called as a name errors. The variable which is not available in the local scope or a global scope, those are called as a name error. See here it is showing that name c is not defined. So type error. What is a type error? A type error is raised when you try to perform an operation which has not been supported by object. See here in this example, I have taken a list of names, James, Peter, June, Jan. So I am performing a division operation on list. Names is a list divided and 2 is an int. So here I am performing division operation among objects of list and int. Definitely it throws an error. These type of errors are called as a type errors. Here I am performing division operation among two different objects which has not been supported that operation. So that is called a type error. Arithmetic error. So these arithmetic error will encounter when you perform any numerical calculation. Those errors are comes under the arithmetic error. Already I have told most commonly occurred error is zero division error. If you try to divide any number with a zero, that throws an error of zero division errors. That is one exception. Here also the same example for arithmetic error. 6 divided by 0. It throws a division by 0 and zero division error exception. Lookup error. So lookup error is a base class for the key error and index error. In our exception hierarchy, we already seen lookup error has been divided into two parts, that is a key error and index error. So what is a key error? Key error is raised when a wrong key is used to access the dictionary value. So generally we know the dictionary concept, right? In a dictionary, everything has been stored in the form of a key value. Everything has been stored in the form of a key value. If I try to access this value, I need to use this key value. With the help of a key only, I need to access the values in the dictionary. See here in this example, here is the gender. So this is the June is a key and female is a value. And John is a key and male is a value. Kim is a key, female is a value. So in order to access these values, I need to use a key. See here I have used gender of June. So gender of June means it has to return the value female. Next I have used gender of James. Is there any James in this gender? No, there is no James. There is no key in gender. There is no key in the gender, so it throws an error, that is a key error. So when you are trying to access a dictionary value with a wrong key, then it throws key error. So this key error comes under the lookup error. So what is an exception handling? So far we have seen so many exceptions. So definitely all these exceptions need to handle to continue for the smooth execution flow in the program. So to handle all these exceptions, Python has 4 defined components. So try, except, else, and finally. So the purpose of handling exception is to make the programming robust. So the robust programming, in the sense, it does not need to terminate in the middle. The flow of execution should be smooth and in a neat manner. So when there is an error also, it has to display that appropriate error to the user and continue its process for further execution. So whatever the error raising code will be there, those code has need to handled by the programmer. So how to handle all those things will come under the exception handling concept. So to handle the exception raising code, so there are 4 defined components in the Python programming or any other programming languages also, that is a try, except, else, finally. So in Java, some other languages we use catch block. Here we use a except block. So this is a try, except, else, finally. So whatever the risky code which is going to throw an exception, those code will written in the try block. So whenever the exception is raised, the corresponding code will be executed, that is will be written in the except block. And if there is no exception, whatever there in the else block is going to run. So finally block, whatever we let, will always run the code. See here the example for the try and except block. What is the try and what is the except block? How to write the try block and how to write the except block. See, whenever exception errors, generally Python stops the program execution and generates an exception message. It is highly recommended to handle these exceptions. So this is a syntax for writing a try and except block. So try, colon, and whatever the code we need to write, that will be written inside a try block. So whatever the code which is going to raise an exception, those type of code will be written in the try block. Except block. So whenever exception is executed in the try block, the corresponding except block need to execute. So except block is written with the except, colon, and the statements need to execute, that will be written inside a except block. See here, so the try block detects and throws an exception. So whenever there is an error identified in the try block, immediately it throws an exception. So the corresponding except block will catch those error and handle that exception. So this is the relationship of a try and except block. See here, just have taken a basic common example as zero division error exception. See, a equals to 10 I have assigned, b equals to 0, c is equals to 10 by 0. Obviously, it throws an error. I need to handle this. Without terminating the rest of the execution of a program, I need to show a message to the user. So that I'll write those code in a try block. See here, the same code which is going to raise an exception, that is written in the try block. So this is a try block. Inside a try block, I have written a code which have been raised to exception. The corresponding code has been written in the except block. See, can't divide with 0, provide different answer. Whenever exception raises, then corresponding except block will execute and send and shows a message to the user. So this is how try and except block will work. See, same here I have taken another except block. Here in this example there are 2 except blocks. One is a value error, another one is a zero division error. So value error is something like when you entered a wrong value. See here I am performing arithmetic operation of a divided by b. That means both a should be the int value and b should be the int value. Instead of a, if I use some name like that, if I give something like this, it is a value error. It is value error. So here you need to pass only the integers. Other than that, if you pass anything, that is comes under the value error. I need to handle those error also. I have to handle those error and I have to show the message to the user that you have entered something like. So you need to enter a correct result. So that I am just giving a message like entered value is wrong. So that the user can understand, he will enter the corresponding integer value. And if any person will enter in the place of B, if they entered 0, it throws an error of zero division error. At that time, I'll show a message to the user that it can't divide it by 0. So the same program, so what will be the outputs? See here, enter the value of A is I have entered like 10. Actually, I need to enter integer values so that what it is showing, the corresponding except block will run and it will show a message entered value is wrong. See here, in the value block, it has to show a message entered value is wrong. So that message has been shown if you enter 10 here. So next here a value is an integer and here a user entered a value 0. So it throws a 0 division error exception. So the corresponding except block whatever is written that is executed, that is count divided by 0. So this is the correct one. Integer 10, integer 2, it got the result of 5.0. So these two errors has been handled with the except block. So how to handle multiple exceptions with a single except block. So far we have seen except block for value error is separate, exception block for the zero division error is separate. So how to handle multiple exceptions in a single except block. Here is the syntax. Except of value error comma zero division error. Inside a parenthesis have how many number of exceptions you need to mention and the corresponding statements you need to write inside the except block. The same program, but I have used, instead of using separate except block, I have used two exceptions in a single except block. So it is best way to handle multiple exceptions using a single except class. So thank you so much. I'll continue the rest of topics in next class.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.